Hello, this is Donald Jenkins, your Master Purpose Development Coach and the CEO of the Purpose Development Institute in Atlanta, Georgia. And welcome to Crushing Average TV, where I am going to help you understand what it means to hack the strength that comes from purpose so that you can crush average in every aspect of your life. Hey, listen, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to get some very important insight regarding HR and reversing the effects of PDD that I'm sure that by the end of this video, you're going to find to be of tremendous value. So before I unpack what I'm going to talk about today in regards to intuitive growth, I want to make sure we can do a little housekeeping. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. This is going to be a very important resource for you, specifically being an HR person, because if you attended the HR and reversing the effects of PDD presentation, you understand that PDD is basically an HR nightmare, and you should have a better understanding of that now. So what I'm going to begin to do today is link that with intuitive growth, because that is the most important asset that you have. PDD is a liability for HR departments, but intuitive growth is an asset to HR department. So today in this video, I am going to unpack that, but I want to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you share this video and this channel with every leader in your network, because they need to be a part of the Crushing Average TV community so that they can have access to the same resources that I am going to give you access to. And make sure that you also like this video and leave your comment. Make a comment on what you like most about the HR and reversing the effects of PDD presentation, and what you like most about this video. Please help us out. Make sure you do those simple things to help us continue to grow this community and add value to people just like you, because the future of HR is dependent upon what you're going to learn in this presentation. So again, welcome to Crushing Average TV, and today let's unpack intuitive growth a little bit, because in the presentation I left off with talking about the intuitive growth performance assessment and what does that mean to your organization. So today I'm going to unpack it a little bit more so that you can have a better understanding as to how important intuitive growth is to human resources. So here's the deal. Number one, let me say this in connection with what I've mentioned repeatedly in the presentation, and that is that, regardless of the SIC code of your organization, your industry that you're in, you are in the people business. And because you're in the people business, you're also in the purpose business. And that's what Crushing Average TV is going to be to you. It's going to be your resource to understand how to increase your coaching acumen, your leadership acumen, in regards to leveraging the strength that comes from purpose. Because that's the link when you start talking about intuitive growth. Intuitive growth gives you access to the strength that comes from purpose, which is the most important asset for a human resource department. I'm going to say that again. Intuitive growth is one of the most important assets for an intuitive growth. I'm going to say for an HR department, because you're in the, hiring, retention, and recruiting. You're in the people business, making sure that the employee life cycle, is intact. But a critical piece of the employee life cycle is intuitive growth. And that's the reason why, this is going to be extremely important, because intuitive growth gives you access to the most valuable resource that you can have as a HR professional. Because when you tap into that intuitive growth, now you can minimize the risk for those HR complaints that individuals might be bringing to your particular department. So you can see how this is going to be a powerful partnership between your organization and the PDI as we become your go-to resource in this area regarding how to reverse the effects of PDD. So now let's talk a little bit about intuitive growth. Intuitive growth is a lagging indicator. All right. So what does that mean to you? It means that even though you're in the business of making sure that the employees have all the tools and resources that they need to show up and do two things within your organization. And that is to make wise use of their time and wise use of their growth potential. See, that is required, for employees to have a productive employee life cycle. Those two things are required. In other words, that's what you want. You want them to make better use of their time, and you want them to make better use of their growth potential. But there's a problem, and the problem is that intuitive growth is a lagging indicator. And because it's a lagging indicator, purpose deficit disorder is that unseen enemy that work against the efficacy of, training, and the employees bringing that training to life within your organization. Because see, here's the deal. They're going to say good things about, learning and development. They're going to think good thoughts and they're going to say good things. But then the next part that's a part of that equation of being effective is their action. So in other words, you want them to take what they learn in the classroom and put it into action. So in order for you to do that efficiently, intuitive growth has to be a part of that formula. Because without intuitive growth, then guess what? The actions are going to continue to lag behind. This is the reason why many companies have a low return on their investment, because intuitive growth is a lagging indicator. So you want to make sure that, as a HR professional, that you are able to understand, how to develop the skill set, how to acquire the leadership and coaching acumen to be able to work with your employees in that capacity. And we're the only organization in the world, that understands that process, the methodology. Our PDI SMART model, it is the only resource in the world that focuses on intuitive growth and reversing the effects of PDD, so that now you can increase the efficacy of learning and development within your organization. I'm telling you, this is going to be a very powerful resource for you. So being a part of our community, you're going to see there are other playlists that we have, playlists that's going to be, regarding relationships, other areas of your life in which PDD shows up. So this is going to be a go-to resource that you can depend on, for so many areas of your life, so that you can hack into the strength that comes from purpose and crush average, again, in every aspect of your life. And that's what that playlist is all about, when you join the Crushing Average TV community. So again, I am extremely excited, and I want to encourage you, make sure that you set up a discovery call, with our organization. PDI, go to pdiatl.com/events. Schedule a free discovery call, and let's talk about the next steps. The next steps to making sure that we can score the growth potential of your employees, because that is the beginning of this intuitive growth process, is that we have to make sure that we give them an opportunity to score their growth potential so that you will know the aggregate score of your workforce. This is extremely important because it's going to determine the strength of what you do as an HR professional. So again, God bless you. I look forward to sharing more insight with you. And I look forward to, more importantly, being able to, transfer the acumen, the intuitive growth acumen, the purpose development coaching acumen, to you and your organization, so that now we can put your organization in a better position to where now your people are not just, your department is not just HR smart, you are now PDI smart. See, PDI smart give you access to the strength that comes from purpose. Again, I look forward to working with you.